All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're actually getting an almost timely start this morning. Ms. Clark, you may call your next witness.
Thank you very much, Adam. Good morning. Good morning. People call Officer Robert Riske.
Where's Mr. Riske? Ms. Clark? Ms. Clark?
Raise your right hand, please. You do solemnly swear that the testimony you may give in the cause now pending before this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God. Please have a seat for witness stand and state and spell your first and last names for the record.
Ms. Robert Riske, Robertriske.
Good morning, officer.
Good morning.
Can you please tell us what you do for a living?
I'm a police officer for the city of Los Angeles,
And where are you assigned, sir?
West LA.
And how long have you been so assigned?
I've been a police officer for 4 years and 10 months. I've been in West LA 3 years and 6 months.
And in your capacity as a police officer at the West LA Division, what are your duties?
I'm assigned to patrol. We respond to radio calls, traffic enforcement, and crime prevention, basically.
Does that mean that you are in a black and white car
Yes, ma'am.
and you patrol the area of West LA?
Yes, ma'am.
And that area that you patrol, does that encompass 875 South Bundy?
Yes.
Prior to becoming a police officer, what did you do?
I was in the Navy for 6.5 years.
And then did you train to become a police officer?
Yes.
And what was the nature of your training?
I did 6 months in the Los Angeles Police Academy, did a year of probation.
In the course of your training, sir, at the academy, were you trained in crime scene preservation?
They kind of gloss over it. They don't really train you in it.
Did you learn it at some point in your duties, in your
Just
functioning as a
on-the-job
police?
training.
On-the-job training?
Yes, ma'am.
Meaning what?
I mean, when you're on probation, you're assigned to a training officer, and you go to a crime scene, they tell you, what you're supposed to do. Identification, preservation of evidence, setting up the crime scene.
In the course of your duties in the past 4 years and 10 months, how many crime scenes have you had to protect or preserve?
I would only be estimating 20.
And how many of those involved homicides?
Probably more than half, 15.
Now, as of June the 12th of 1994, you were assigned to patrol for the West LA Division?
Yes, ma'am.
At approximately 12:09 a.m., did you receive a call directing you to that general location?
To 874 South Bundy, yes.
What was the nature of the call that sent you to 874 South Bundy?
It came out as a burglary suspect, and statements of the call said it was an unknown person knocking on the victim's door.
And ringing the doorbell?
Yes, ma'am.
And in response to that particular call, did you go to the location?
Yes.
Tell us what happened.
As we arrived at the scene, we were flagged down by 2 witnesses and a dog. They directed us to 875, and they said there was a dead lady on the walkway.
2 witnesses. Were they men, women,
There's a male and a female.
and they had a dog with them?
Yes, ma'am.
What did that dog look like?
It was white, probably 2.5, 3 feet tall.
Do they have it on a leash?
Yes.
Directing your attention to this series of photographs that's in Marcus Peoples 40. Can you tell us if you recognize what's shown in those photographs?
That looks like the dog that the witnesses had.
And they were standing where in relation to 875 South Bundy when you saw them?
When we approached, they were coming down a driveway of 868 South Bundy.
And was that on the same side or the opposite side of the street?
It's the same side of the street as 874.
As 874?
Yes, ma'am.
And is that across the street from 875?
Yes.
And what time was it when you got there and made contact with that couple with the dog?
12:13 a.m.
And they told you they'd seen a dead woman in front of 875 South Bundy?
That's correct.
And after they told you that, what did you do?
My partner and I crossed the street and went to the walkway, and we observed a female white in a black dress laying in a puddle of blood on the walkway.
John, can I have 38? $38 from yesterday, John. You know what? cut the feed, Your Honor? Cut the feed, please. And can you look at your monitor, sir? And tell us if you recognize what's depicted in that photograph.
Yes, that's what we saw when we approached.
Now, if you would please, sir, describe for me, when you approached that location, that particular walkway, could you tell us what was the lighting like there?
It was very dark.
So if you were not specifically looking up that walkway, would you have seen the blood, the body, or anything else?
I'll check the phone that question. That calls for speculation.
Sustained.
You can. Thank you.
Can you tell us, sir?
I'm sorry. Maybe a question. I have a question with regard to the monitoring, what we're seeing and what we're seeing up there. Let me approach.
Sure. Thank you, counsel. Ms. Clark, are you going to mark that next board?
43?
All right, so there's no misunderstanding. Mr. Crawford? Mr. Crawford? No video of this particular board depicting the victims' bodies, still photographers, no photographs of the display of the victims' bodies. Thank you. All right. Ms. Clark.
Thanks, John. When you approach this area, can you describe the lighting for us, sir?
There's really no street lighting. There's overhanging trees over the walkway. There was lights on in the residence, but there's a fence that goes in front of the windows, so the lighting was poor.
So, I'm sorry?
The lighting was very poor.
And was there a lot of foliage, a lot of bushes and trees in that area?
Yes.
So when you first approached the walkway of 875 South Bundy, as you approached it, were you able to see any blood on the walkway before you actually got there and actually looked up the walkway?
It actually took us a couple of seconds to find the body because it was so dark.
Sustained. Answer stricken.
Okay. First of all, as you approached the location of 875 South Bundy, were you able to see any blood on the walkway before you actually stopped and looked up the walkway itself?
No.
How difficult was it for you to see the body as you approached that location?
We actually, when we first went we were looking on the grass, and the witnesses directed us to the walkway. So we didn't see it at all until we were directed by the witnesses.
Okay, so until somebody actually pointed it out to you, you didn't see a body
Right.
or blood on the walkway?
Right.
Now, did you have a flashlight with you?
Yes.
Did you turn that flashlight on?
Yes.
And where were you when you turned on your flashlight?
Standing on the sidewalk at the foot of the walkway.
So before you actually went up the walkway or went anywhere near that scene, you turned on the flashlight?
Right.
And can you see on the monitor, sir? You see where that arrow is?
Yes.
You see where the sidewalk is? Is the arrow, can you move it down, John? Thanks. Is the arrow now pointing to where the sidewalk is before the walkway begins?
Yes.
And where did you stop and turn on your flashlight?
I was actually to the left of the arrow,
Okay,
right where the foliage is by the sidewalk.
okay. Could we move the arrow over to the left?
Right about there.
Right there? Thank you. And what did you do when you stood there with your flashlight?
Just turned the flashlight on and saw the body, and went back and requested a supervisor, additional units, ambulance. Then went back and talked to the witnesses.
Okay, so after you saw the body, you left the scene for a moment?
Right.
And did what?
Went back and talked to the witnesses, find out how they found the body. That was basically what happened.
And by the witnesses, you mean those two people with the dog?
Right.
And did they tell you how they found the dog?
They told me that they're...
Correct. Did they tell you yes or no?
Yes.
Right. Next one.
And did they tell you how they happened to get to 875 South Bundy?
Yes.
Did you look at the dog?
Yes.
Did you notice anything unusual about it?
There was blood on his legs and on his paws.
Did you notice how far up the legs the blood went on the dog?
I believe on the rear leg it went up approximately to his knee. Just streaks.
Streaks of it?
Yes.
All right. What did you do next?
We went back to the scene. We approached the body of the female, and as we got probably 2 feet from her body, we discovered the body of a male white laying against the north fence.
Okay. How did you get up to the woman's body? What did you do?
My partner approached in the grass, and I approached walking through the plants right there.
Through these bushes here on the left?
Right, staying to the left of the walkway.
And your partner, where was he?
He was in the grass. It's to the left of the foliage. You can't really see in this picture.
Okay. So you were in the bushes and he was to the left of you as we face the photograph.
Right.
Did you step on the walkway?
No.
Do you have the telestrator? Also, I'm going to ask you to look at the monitor now. Is this approximately where you started walking?
So a little bit to the right, right on the edge of the walkway. Right about there. Right about there.
Okay. And then did you walk up through the bushes like
Right.
this? Tell me when to stop.
It's really a poor angle. I can't see where I stopped. It was before the body, before the fence.
All right. So we're going to say approximately here.
Right.
And for the record, I've drawn a horizontal line perpendicular to the vertical line depicting his path through the bushes, Your Honor.
And we're drawing on Peoples 42.
Yes. Thank you, Your Honor. Forgot the name. All right. Now, when you stood in that location, you had your flashlight on?
Right.
What kind of flashlight did you have?
I have a stream light. It's a long black metal.
Long black metal light?
Right.
Is it very powerful?
It's I think it's rated at 30,000 candle power. It's powerful.
And at that point, when you stood up at the closer location, you were able to see that there was another victim?
Right.
I'm going to show you a series of photographs there. This would be 43, Your Honor?
Yes, Peoples 43.
Thank you. All right, if you could, can you see from where you are?
Yes.
You need to step down, go ahead. All right, if you could explain first of all, in the first photograph to my left as I face it, upper left-hand photograph, what does that depict?
That's a sidewalk on the west side of Bundy and the foot of the walkway leading up to 875.
And does that depict the scene as you found it when you first approached?
Yes, ma'am.
And the second photograph to the right of that?
The second photograph would be the victim, the female white in a black dress, laying on the walkway.
And you can see that at the very rear of the photograph, upper part of the photograph.
That's correct.
And the third one?
The third one is the same picture of a female white in a black dress, but it's just closer.
And now the lower left photograph?
The lower left is a picture of the female white in a dress, and there's an envelope on the dirt right on the right of the walkway.
And the next photograph?
The next photograph is the male white that we found, another picture of the envelope laying in the dirt.
That envelope, was that between the two victims?
Yes.
And the last photograph?
The last photograph is a closer picture of the male white.
Okay. Now, do these all depict the scene as you found it when you first approached at 12:13 a.m.?
Yes.
Now, that walkway that you see in both 42 on the screen Was that 38? Excuse me, 38 on the screen. And the photographs in People's 43. Did you illuminate that with your flashlight?
Yes.
What did you see in that walkway?
There's a pool of blood under the victim, the female white, and then it flows down towards the sidewalk.
And in the blood, did you see any kind of patterns?
There was paw prints towards the sidewalk, and there was a heel mark by the fence where close to where the envelope is.
Okay, if you could look at your monitor, sir. Might be easier for you on your monitor. Okay. Can you tell us, do you see the paw prints you just described?
Yes.
And as you looked up the walkway walking through the bushes, were you able to see any bloody shoe prints on that walkway?
Not until we got right by the body. There's a heel print.
But down here on the walkway that is actually outside the gate, did you see any shoe prints?
No.
And next. Next.
Ms. Clark, if I can ask you, which photograph were you referring to previously?
Did we mark that?
All right, this photograph, which is appears to be of the walkway and the sidewalk, and has a West Tech sign in the upper right-hand corner. What number is? This is one of the photographs that's here on the chart.
Why don't we mark it on? Is that 43 or 42?
This is 43. I would suggest we. Is this the upper top left? How about 43A through E?
E.
All right.
Thank you. So this is 43A. Next photograph. Nope, back up. 43B. Okay, and the next? (43C). Does this depict the woman as you found her and the scene as you found it when you first approached?
Yes.
Can you tell us, sir, can you see an area in this photograph where you were standing in order to see that?
To be to the left of the body, you can see a call box on the wall right there.
Yes.
There's a gate that was open. And on the left by the call box is about a 1 foot long fence. I was standing right by the fence.
All right. The call box you're referring to, is that right here?
Yes.
Can you put an arrow on it?
Okay. Oops. You know what? There we go. You were standing by that call box?
Right at the base of the fence.
And it's hard to tell from this photograph, but from that location, you were then also able to see a male victim.
Right.
Okay, next. With the, showing the envelope. Don't you hit that up? That's not a laser. All right, this is 43D, Your Honor. Now, in this photograph, you can see an envelope.
Yes.
Okay, and that's on the right side of the screen.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And that was lying between them.
Yes.
Okay, and once again, do you see the paw prints as you saw them that night when you first approached the scene in the blood?
Yes.
Next. No. All right, and is that the envelope you've described?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, this is what
For-
photograph?
Maybe 43E? No, D. No, E.
E.
E. And this is the condition in which you found it, the placement of everything as you found it when you first approached?
Yes.
All right, sir, now as you made that approach, you were making these observations, you were standing in the bushes that was near the call box you showed us?
That's correct.
Now, you said that you saw a bloody shoe print up near the body of the victims. Can you see that in this photograph?
Not really. It's kind of a bad picture.
I think we do have a better one. The shoe print that you're describing, was it near the envelope?
Right. It's just be west of the envelope.
Okay, let's get the other one.
I can see it in a large one, yeah.
There we go. Can you look at the monitor? Do you see it now?
Yes.
Can you tell us, is it near the, as you face the screen, the left corner of the envelope?
That's correct.
And this photograph is still the same one, Your Honor? We're just focusing on it's a close-up.
All right, 43E.
Tell me if I'm pointing to the right location, sir.
You're too high.
I know.
Right there.
All right, now after you made these observations, sir, and you were able to see, at that time, tell us what you saw.
I saw the envelope there, the heel print. If you look at the picture closely, there's a glove and what appears to be a knit cap under the plant on the right.
Okay. Let me get you a better picture of that.
Ms. Clark, perhaps we should have him put an arrow where he says he sees a hat.
We're going to, I think, use a photograph that shows that area a little better, if that's all right, Your Honor. Or if you think we should, we'll do it on this one.
Well, it's not apparent to me.
Under this plant, sir,
Right, that'd be the glove right there.
that we're pointing to right now?
Yes.
All right. And then you said there was a hat somewhere?
In the very lower right corner, you can see part of a hat, what appears to be a knit cap.
Down here?
Right.
All right. We're going to get a closer photograph of that location. What's that? Oh. Is that the hat you told us about, sir?
Yes.
All right. And another, do you see another bloody shoe print there?
What appears to be a heel mark is.
Okay.
All right, Ms. Clark, what photograph is this?
And we should mark this, Your Honor, as photograph 44?
All right, People's 44.
You circle that heel print? And that's the knit cap?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And that's the glove?
Yes.
All right. And you were able to see these things from the your position in the standing on the bushes near the call box when you used your flashlight to look at the location?
I was actually kneeling when I saw all this.
Kneeling?
Yes.
Did that plant that seems to be hanging over the glove and the hat, did that kind of block them from view unless you used your flashlight?
Yes.
What else did you see at that time, sir?
There was some what appeared to be bloody footprints going up the steps towards the house.
Okay. You saw those, and was that from your position still in the bushes at
That's
the call
correct.
box area?
Yes.
And you saw bloody shoe prints?
Yes.
How many sets of bloody shoe prints did you see?
Just one set.
All right, this is a board, Your Honor, of consisting of 15 photographs asked to be marked equals 45.
All right, People's 45 display with 15 photographs of alleged shoe prints.
Let me move this out just a little. And you can step down, sir, if you would. Go ahead and look at that. All right, tell us what you see there.
The first picture in the upper right-hand corner, or the upper left-hand corner, would be the area where the male victim was laying.
And that would be, for the record, let's make that 44A.
45A.
5A.
I'm going to ask you, Ms. Clark, at the conclusion of the court date today, if you would have somebody from your, one of your clerks label each one of these underneath A through whatever.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. As to both 43 and 45.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
And maybe you also want 40 as well.
That would help for reference, yes. Thank you.
Yes, please continue.
The second picture
B.
would be of the female victim, and there's stairs leading to the west.
All right, now is that's from perspective standing at the top of the stairs looking down?
Yes.
Okay.
The
And
third,
do you see a shoe print in that photograph?
yes.
Can you point?
Right here.
And 45C?
It's a picture of the stairs. There appears to be two shoe prints.
And those are the same stairs shown in 45B?
Yes.
Can you point out the other shoe prints here?
There's one here and one here.
And now 45C, it's on its side, but can you tell us, is that the landing at the top of the stairs?
That's a landing going towards the front door, heading west.
So that's the landing at the top of those steps shown in B and C?
Yes.
Can you point to any shoe prints that you see in that photograph?
Here, here, here.
And that would be D. Now E, can you tell us what location that is?
It's the landing. You can see the front doors right here, and this continues.
See any shoe prints in that location?
Yes.
Can you point to them, please? You want to use a pointer? hard to reach anyways.
There's one here, one here, one here, bang, one here.
And stepping back to F.
This is past the landing, and it's going towards the west. This is a rear gate.
And is that another kind of perspective shot of a longer shot of the walkway area that's shown in E?
Yes,
And you see bloody shoe prints there.
yes.
Can you point to them, please?
Here, here, here. There's a faint one here, and I believe that's one right there.
Officer Riske,
Your voice up because everybody in the jury box needs to hear what you're saying.
I'm sorry.
All right, now photograph G, H, I, and J in that row. Can you tell us if you recognize what's shown there?
Yes.
What is that?
It's a picture of what appears to be a bloody footprint.
And do those look like the bloody shoe prints you saw that night?
Yes,
And those bloody shoe prints were going in what direction?
towards the west.
Would that be towards the rear alley behind the condominium?
Yes.
And on the bottom row as well, sir? K and L.
Two more what appear to be bloody shoe prints.
And do they appear the way you found them when you first came to the scene?
Yes.
The M, N, and O on this chart, what location is shown there?
That's approximately the middle of the walkway on the north of the house. There's some steps.
Does that walkway area have steps going down and up and down?
Yes.
Okay. And do these appear to be the steps, one of the set of steps going down?
Yes,
Did you observe bloody shoe prints on those steps as well?
yes,
And can you see them in the photographs here?
yes.
Can you show us?
There's one here. Looks like a little bit here. There's one here. One here, one here. There's one here, there's one here. And this appears to be a shoe print.
As well. All right, Chief.
All right, Ms. Clark, at this point, would it be helpful to have two of your assistants move this exhibit? Because some of these photographs, the shoe prints are not visible. Perhaps if you could have that exhibit and momentarily have two of your assistants take it down to the end of our jury box. And they're nodding back there because they'd like to see it.
Thank you very much, John.
And we'll just take a pause for a minute or two and let them look at it, including our alternate there. Officer Riske, would you fix your collar?
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Maybe we should have done that for the other set as well.
For the other, one over.
1492, were you able to see the other, most of it? All right.
Bring it down. Now, so these photographs that are being
Wait,
shown-
Counsel, let's let them, so we don't have their divided attention here. All right, thank you, Counsel. Ms. Clark?
Thank you, Your Honor. All right, so you stood at the call box area up on the plants, and you made these observations, sir. You saw the hat, the glove, the envelope, the shoe prints. Did you see all of the shoe prints that we've just described going all the way down the walkway at that point?
No.
Which ones were you able to see at that point?
I can see the ones on the steps and the ones on the landing leading towards the front door, which was open.
The front door was open?
Yes.
How far open was it?
A little more than half, I believe.
Now, you saw the woman you described in the black dress lying at the foot of the stairs.
Right.
Can you describe her position for us?
She was laying on her left side, her hands to her chest, her feet were together and underneath the fence.
Underneath the gate?
Uh,
The fence?
the fence.
I'm directing your attention, sir, to photograph. I ask you to point it out to the jury so that they can all read it here. It's 44C.
I think this is 43.
43C. The photograph. Could you show us what you're talking about? Her legs were under the fence.
Under the fence right here.
After you made these observations, sir, what did you do next?
My partner and I seen that the front door was open. There was footprint, what appeared to be bloody footprints going towards the front door. We stepped over the female victim and went to the front door. We saw the shoe prints continue on down the walkway. We looked in the house. There was appeared to be no evidence of ransacking or forced entry. And I saw a phone probably 15 feet, 20 feet from the front door. And I entered and I called the station, told my watch commander what we had.
So when you were standing at the call box in the bushes, you saw the shoe prints leading up to the front door. Could you see whether those shoe prints from that position continued on past the front door or not?
No.
And why was it that you decided to step over the body of the woman and go inside the condo?
To see if there was any other victims in the house or any evidence in the house.
What about a possible suspect?
Possible suspect.
At that point, you didn't know?
No.
Now, how was it that when you stepped over the body of the woman, did you step in blood?
No.
How did you manage not to do that?
By staying to the far left, against the fence and up the steps.
Can you show, yeah, it's hard to show these photographs, but you,
I'll show it
see-
on this one.
On this one? If you would, sir, please show us where there's a clear area that you were able to step over so that you avoided stepping in blood. Excuse me, thank you, that's People's 43.
43.
You see in the plants right here, we got next to the fence, stepped over her body, stayed against the wall, up the steps to the front door.
And was there any blood in that location as we face the photograph of 43C on that left-hand side of the stairs?
No.
And so when you stepped over her, also in 45B, does that show part of the clear area?
Yes.
And before you stepped up there, you were already able to see that this bloody shoe print shown in 45B was there.
Yes.
Now, after you went into the location, first of all, did you look at the door?
Yes.
Did you notice whether there was any evidence of forced entry?
I did notice, and there wasn't.
There appeared no evidence of forced entry.
No.
Did you see any bloody shoe prints on the carpeting?
No.
Did you see any evidence that there had been property strewn around Or any evidence of a struggle?
No.
Did anything appear to be out of place?
No.
Did drawers appear to be open?
No.
Did cupboards appear to be open?
No.
Did clothes appear to be strewn about?
No.
Did you see any blood drops inside the house, on the floor, anywhere?
No, I didn't.
And you saw a telephone there?
Yes, ma'am.
And what did you do with that phone?
I called my watch commander at the station, told him we had a double homicide on Bundy, and I told him that O.J. Simpson was somehow involved.
And why did you think that?
Because when we approached right by the front door, you could see a lithograph on the north wall of the apartment, or the condominium. And as I got to the phone, there was a letter, had O.J. Simpson as a return address. So I thought it was his wife or his girlfriend.
Okay. Now, by involved, did you mean as a suspect?
No, his, potential victim, maybe it's his wife, I didn't know.
So involved in the sense that one of the victims may be related to him.
Right.
What happened next?
My partner and I exited the apartment, took the same path down through the plants. I went on the other side of the north fence by Mr. Goldman.
Now, how did you do that? Did you step through the blood somehow when you did that?
No, I went around to the neighbor's yard.
All right, so directing your attention to the monitor, Your Honor, I ask that this be marked as People's 46.
All right, equals 46.
Can you show us, sir, the area you're speaking of that you went to in order to see Ron Goldman, that is the neighbor's side of the fence?
There's a big tree where the arrow is. There's a path that leads back to the fence where Ron Goldman was laying.
And is that arrow showing that location?
Yes.
Was it dark in that location as well?
Yes.
Did you use your flashlight, sir?
Yes, I did.
Now, these photographs appear to be taken in daylight.
Yes.
You didn't have that much light.
No, I didn't.
When you went around behind Ron Goldman's body, what did you see?
First thing I saw was a pager laying to the north of the fence in the dirt.
Another set of photographs. Yes. Make sure, Johnny. Series of photographs, Your Honor, be marked as People's 47. It's a series of 9 photographs. I will have them labeled A through.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Bennett.
Okay, are you able to see these, sir? We'd like to step down.
I'll step
more
down.
closely, sure. Go ahead and orient yourself for a minute. Your Honor, if it would be all right with the court, would you mind if we had one of the lawyers hold the board in the middle of the jury so they could all see it while he's talking about what he found?
So long as the defense counsel can see what's going on.
Mr. Coffey will be at my side, I'm sure.
Accommodate, I'll do it later.
All right.
never mind, we have these on laser. I'll let the officer look at these. All right, go ahead, have a seat. All right, that would be 47A.
All right, 47A.
Next. All right, 47B. Can we move 47C? 47D? 47E? F? G? H? I? These are pretty dark. We're going to have to use the photographs, I think. Can you see where the page is depicted in the photographs are?
Yes.